What's the loneliest thing you've ever done? When I came back from Iraq in 2005, all military personnel got herded into this gym and we stood there on the basketball court in formation as they released everyone back to their families. I remember standing there watching all these people, who were my only family, go to their real families and leave. I just turned around, picked up my stuff, and walked the 2 miles back to my barracks room. The room was as barren as a desert, except for a rough bed and a six-pack of beer cooling in the fridge. The air reeked of memories. I had a flashback of all the banter I shared with my brothers in that very room. I let the nostalgia wash over me, let it seep into my pores until the scent of the room faded, taking the past away with it. I popped open a beer, sat on my bed, and felt like I was supposed to be happy, but I was more lonely than I'd ever been. So, I drank. I drowned my sorrows until the world blurred around me. As the alcohol coursed through my veins, a whirlwind of emotions stormed inside me. Anger, confusion, loneliness, they all vied for space, each one demanding to be felt. My throat turned dry, aching like a raw wound. In my drunken stupor, I found myself lacing up my boots, gearing up for a battle against my own demons. And then, I went out for a run. I ran as if the hounds of hell were on my heels. I ran until my legs screamed in protest, until my lungs felt like they'd burst. Because, that's the only way I knew how to deal with my emotions. I remember the feeling of the cold asphalt just beneath my combat boots, the echo of each heavy step ringing in my ears. The night was cold and unforgiving, the moon a sliver of light in the vast expanse of darkness. As I ran, the world around me became a blur, the streetlights streaking past like fleeting memories. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat was a stark reminder of the loneliness that consumed me. The silence was deafening, filling my mind with thoughts I had been trying to outrun. Thoughts of the war, of the comrades I had lost, and a family that I never had. Each thought was like a punch to the gut, knocking the wind out of me, slowing my pace. But I kept running regardless. I ran until my lungs burned and my legs felt like lead. I ran until I could no longer feel the cold, until the world around me began to spin. And then, in a moment that felt like an eternity, I collapsed. My legs wouldn't allow me to run away from my problems anymore. I remember the cold seeping through my uniform, and the taste of blood in my mouth. I remember staring up at the sky, the stars a million tiny pinpricks in the fabric of the universe. I remember feeling so insignificant, so alone. I eventually got overwhelmed with my thoughts and the world spun around me, a dizzying carousel of lights and sounds. I succumbed to the darkness, letting it consume me. I passed out that and right beside the road. I woke up at dawn, disoriented and naked. Cars whizzed past me on the highway, indifferent to the broken soldier on the roadside. I thought to myself, God, I'm so lonely. And that feeling of gnawing loneliness, it never really left me.